Welcome to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Join the gods of war, Jonathan Arneson, and Mario and Daniel Gutierrez as they guide you through the gridiron battlefield. Victory awaits. Let the War Council begin.
You know, she never read my script at least once in 8 recordings I did with her. Not once did she read my script. That's why you don't do shit with your sister. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
hello.
That in some states.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Goes roll tide. Roll tide. Welcome in.
Let that hair free at some point.
Yeah, dude. You gotta let it go, dude. I'm so sad I cut my hair. I am. I should never have cut it. You are rocking some beautiful hair at the moment, man. I gotta be honest. So, all right. Hello and welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Football War Council. I am Jonathan, your host, and these are the Brothers Grimm, Daniel and Mario.
Your champion.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. I did not put your celebration on here or your cheer. I'm so sorry. Here, we'll just. Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. Well, you know, fuck. He's the champ for now. We gotta let him ride it, right? I mean, and you said until draft day, but I say technically until that trophy is handed off, this man is the champion. I mean, it's just how it works in my brain. You know what I mean? Like, till there's a new one crowned, he is the current one. So,
oh man, over a year of this shit. All right,
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
Next time, maybe you should win.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's the goal, right?
Mm-hmm. Stay hungry, my friend.
I'll do it myself.
That's what Daniel's thinking right now. I know it.
Yeah.
I got this shit.
Oh, I can't wait till the new formation be along.
Dude, I'm excited. I mean, we need to tinker with some of the points. We need to start taking things down. I didn't want to do it without talking to people, but we need to start doing that. Yeah. We need to do a lot of things. I mean, we're voting currently on. I know we're not gonna. We'll just drop this as number 1. We're voting currently on our draft order, right? So the style of it, whether it be a normal 1 to 14, a snake 1 to 14 and back, or the 3rd round swap, the new option this year, which is really cool, right? Like, evens out. The more I've looked into it, it evens out the league, gives the first. You know what I think it should have been, though? It should have been. They call it the 3rd round swap. It should have been those first 3 rounds drafted and then they swap. So I would have swapped right at the first pick of the 4th round.
I thought it did.
Oh, I think it swaps at the start of the 3rd round, if I read it correctly.
You do 3 rounds and then you swap, and then you do another 3 rounds and then you swap. So the person that has 3 last ones, so for us it'd be 3-14, would also have 4-1.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah. And I saw our 14 spot noticed that and then voted for that because of that. So.
Very nice.
Wise,
I will say
wise.
that. Yeah, wise manager, right? So, all right. Well, let's take it away. We got a lot of news today. We're on a Super Bowl hangover, right? Today's the Super Bowl hangover. Recovering. I mean, it's not the day after. It's not the. Yeah. No, you don't. You're just chugging along. We see this. Yes.
Just keeps going, perpetual.
Yeah, it's good. It's like in high school. We always, when we looked at him, and it was like a food eating contest, and you and me, we think we could out eat him, and we couldn't, and he was smaller than us. Yeah. That it's that hollow leg syndrome, right? Yeah.
Or
is it a? What's a third one?
Feed the beast.
Knew that was that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I was like, no. Here we go.
It stopped my next comment because I was going to go on. So, yeah, calling it a canteen or something to fill. I was going to call it his flask, but he'd make it like it's more like a canteen, All right, so let's
Well,
before we're carried away here. Totally
on all
diverse.
of that touchy-feely news, Justin Tucker's accusers has moved to double digits.
Great segue.
Oh man, he's got to join the Deshaun Watson club, right?
It's AFC North problem, man.
Dude, what is it with the AFC? I've never been a fan of the AFC. Gotta be honest. NFC all the way. Gotta be honest. But like, even for my backup team, NFC all the way.
I thought you loved quarterbacks.
I do, but yeah.
Torn. Just like those.
I mean,
Tucker.
yeah, but let's talk current. You really want to talk current quarterbacks though, and say that they're really good? They're just the best ones available. I say that's really sad when it's the best ones available. You know what I mean? So.
Oh no! Now you're talking the draft.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm staring at names on a draft board going, you're a future quarterback. You're a future quarterback. Look at you. Yeah. There's some good names out there. There's some names out there. I'm looking at them.
Actually, there are some solid names out
Dude.
there. Not first rounders.
No. Not first rounders.
We'll talk all that in our next session. We got a whole lot of rookie stuff.
Dude.
And
running backs.
no better way to evaluate the rookies than the
After
combine, which is starting February 24th.
Next week. Oh man, it's I love watching
Underwear
combine.
Olympics, here we come.
Yeah. All right. Hey. Guess. Let's. This is something me and my wife do. I'll start it with you two. Guesses on the color that they will wear this year. What do you guys think this year's color? Because they always change the color of the combine outfit. Remember, it's just a two color. It's a blue and a black, or a red and a black, orange and a black.
I'm guessing black.
Well, I mean, black's always there. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought it was just
Silly. No, they always have a color. They change a color every year. That's something if you look at it.
Well,
I've
since
always
the
liked
Eagles
black
won
and
the
teal.
Super Bowl, let's say black and green.
Ooh, that's a solid choice. Going green. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been
I like
changing
green.
into the lighter. They've been in the lighter spectrum. I've been voting the blues and reds lately, and I've been wrong a lot. So
Well, like, neon is the style that's back in anyway, so.
yeah.
Lime green, neon.
Ooh, yellow. Bright. I'm gonna say you gotta go into the oranges though, and like a creamsicle, something. Go Bucks. You know what I mean? Come on.
They're not that fast this year, though, right? Last year was the speed class, so.
Yeah, true. But I want to watch skill. I want to watch some of the cone drills, and
Dude, I hope more people do the 3-cone.
yeah,
It
me
really
too.
tells you so much more information, but so
Really
many people don't do
does.
it.
And that's
Yep.
why they don't do it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's why they don't do it, and they go run that 40 because that's so important. You know, you're gonna get that.
The
I mean,
10-yard split
prestige.
is important.
the 10-yard split is important. I'll give you that, but yeah, okay, come on. Does a lineman need to be running a 40? There's a
10-yard split, explosiveness. Yes.
okay, a 40. Yes. Does he need to be running a
that's-
40?
Well, it
That's
takes
how
them
you
a while
get
to
the
slow
10
down,
yard.
too.
True. Okay. Yeah, but they're
Yeah, that's true.
oh, Daniel. Oh,
Box
man.
of sand next to the 40-yard dash so they can slow down.
Yeah.
I totally love that drop. So, oh man, yeah, dude, that's some of my favorite days too. Is the big boy days. I love watching the linemen on the
Oh,
drafts
heck
and
yeah.
yeah, linemen, defensive and offensive. Come on, I mean,
Defensive end linebacker are my favorite. Running back. I like the lineman. That's fun. I like the 40 on the lineman because, like, those big men running, like, 330 pounds and then, like, pulling, like, a 4.5 or, like, a 4
Right.
5.5 40.
Yeah.
You know, you do the physics math behind that, and you're like, ooh,
Even 4.7 and they're 300.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
anything
Yeah,
forward
that's-
for those big guys is just mass running, the amount of inertia that they have behind them is
It's a
just
freight train.
gnarly. Yeah.
It's a freight train moving, and
Yeah.
when they hit you, it's a nuke. So
I would much rather be hit by Xavier Worthy with his 4.22 than Vita Vea going with his like 5.1 or whatever that was.
absolutely, yeah,
That would,
absolutely.
Xavier Worthy might knock me on my butt, and Vita Vea would knock me into my next life. So there's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like, even though yes, they're all NFL athletes, we may be bigger than some of them, but they work out. This is their lives. They would throw us on their ass. Yes,
Yeah.
we know this. So
Yeah.
I'm
They
not
just got
delusional.
less soft parts.
What's
Might
all
hurt.
parts? I don't know. I got more hard parts. I could throw my knee up for
Yeah.
defense. I got a shield.
I'd like to survive long enough to say that hurt is the only thing there.
I don't know. I like to think I'm gaining that yard. Well, you could a normal person gain a yard? Yes, I like to think I can gain that yard.
I don't have that explosiveness in the 10-yard anymore. I don't think I'd make it to the line of scrimmage. It would be.
Yeah, I don't think I. And loss of yards.
Yeah.
He was hit behind the line. 5 yards behind the line.
Would I try it? Yes. Would
Yes.
I? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have a smile on my face.
How would my
Like,
family
maybe.
become?
Depends on who hits me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
that would
just
be
make
the
sure no matter what happens on my tombstone, they put he didn't drop the ball. No matter
Well,
what
there's the
happens,
thing.
just
You get
drop the
compensated
ball.
if you hold the ball. You drop the ball, you don't get compensated. No, you got to hold on to that ball. Fumbles don't make money, right? So, all right. Hey, third bit of
Speaking making
news. The Red Rocket has fooled another team. Andy Dalton has signed with the Carolina Panthers on a 2-year deal worth up to $8 million, 6 of it guaranteed.
He will
That's-
play twice versus the Raiders in each year.
That's less of a boom contract more than a pew pew.
Yeah, that's
Dude, he's still making money, and he's got 2 years on it, not just one.
Hey,
Yeah, but
wanna
he's
make
making
$3 million
money.
a year minimum. That'd be great. So
Heck yeah! And I mean, he's
To
gonna be
sit
making
on a
more than,
bench.
more than what someone's probably going to sign Kirk Cousins for
Absolutely, absolutely, right?
post June 1st.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is going to make more money, but he'll be signed for less. But yeah, he doesn't have to move. He's already in Carolina from last year.
yeah, he's Bryce Young's emotional support. And they're paying him $3 million a year for it. So that's a good gig.
Yep.
Danny,
Cool.
you're up.
Oh, my bad.
No. I wanna chuck in here before we start. Sorry, Mario. Before we start the cap space, you should totally chuck in the news that you just texted us.
Okay.
After this.
Sure.
This.
That sounds great.
Oh, I missed
Just saying. It's not written. I was just scrolling and I go, it's not written in here. So
There are two
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore is officially the head coach of the New Orleans Saints after non-committal to Derek Carr. Well, he said that he wasn't going to take the job if Derek Carr was the quarterback, and then he went back and ended up taking the job anyway. So,
Yeah, he needs a job and no one else wanted him at that point. So
I mean, it would be nice if he just stuck with the Eagles and got another Super Bowl. That would have been oh,
Now, rumors are that the ownership is going to be very patient with him, and since Derek Carr's already under contract and it would cost them more money to cut him, then they're not going to blame him for a failing season where they tank for an exceptional quarterback next year.
sure.
because
I'll
they're looking for
tank
the
in
quarterback the
offseason.
following year.
Yeah, and then when they're like 1-17, that's not going to go very well. 1-16, it's not going to go very well. See how
Yeah,
it goes.
we'll see. I
So
think
they just
Derek
didn't
Carr's
meet-
actually a better quarterback than what was shown last year.
I think that you put him and you run an offense to his strengths. He could be
Yes.
successful enough. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
But then you're not getting a top 5 quarterback next year, too.
I think what's going on is that Derek Carr is an emotional quarterback, and if he's not happy, he plays like shit. So if Kellen
Well,
Moore is smart enough to work with him or have people that work with him,
I think
then
a
you'll
lot
get
of people are like that, Mario. Just
then
saying. Just
then
publicly
you're
saying.
then
retract
you're
to
gonna
said
get
that the Derek Carr sucks so much I won't be the head coach of that organization. I mean, that's really building his confidence there to start off.
right, right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I hope they cut him and he goes somewhere else because I actually think he would do really well with a fuck you attitude somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Because
It would build them to want to beat them.
he
Yeah.
only started sucking when the Raiders started screwing him over with his salary.
Mm.
Before that, he
Well,
was adequate.
coaches and linemen and receivers and like they gutted that team around him to pay him, and that didn't end up very well. They're like, well, we
Yeah,
paid you, so make up the difference. Like, yeah, it doesn't work that way. All right.
yeah. So, another news, a very, very happy thing going on is that the Bucks and Chris Godwin have been in talks, and they've agreed to push back his dead cap hit to middle of March. Uh, what that does is it's 15 or 18 million of dead cap. They're going to have time to negotiate a contract to hopefully retain Chris Godwin.
I believe
And
it is
so that
18
dead cap,
million.
what's that?
I believe it is 18 million.
Yeah, so that's money that they could actually structure out instead of getting hit with that dead cap this year.
Yeah,
Mm.
that makes it kind of favorable that they'll actually negotiate a contract too, because it's behooving on both sides to be able to take care of that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd go to free
I'd
agency.
buy that for $1.
Or
I
18 million of it.
Or, yeah,
I
18 million.
I love
Restructured, of
Chris
course.
Godwin, and our team's going to be better off having him. But
No matter
we
what.
Absolutely.
we have drafted well to patch those gaps, and I would have liked to see him make $30 million somewhere, maybe 35. And so I thought he was going to go to the Commanders, and Miles Garrett go to the Commanders, and they'd still have about what 50 million in cap space.
I was going to say they got a lot of money, so.
So I
Yeah.
was hoping he'd get a big old bag because that dude deserves it. I love that man. He does great. So hey, he's
Absolutely.
gonna do great on our team, which even better.
Hey, I love the stay-at-home discounts, and let's win it as a team, right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's the attitude. So, all right. Well, hey, speaking of the Commanders and all their money, let's jump into the teams that have the most cap space. And sitting at number one is the Patriots with $120 million. Boy, you could make a team out of $120 million, right?
No kidding.
Almost the whole cap
That's
space.
I mean,
That's like half of it right there. Yeah,
Right there.
it's like 200 and I think 200. It was 200 and what 14 point something last year. It's going to go up to like 220 something this year. They said so.
I think isn't it, I thought it was closer to 300.
Yeah, it's like 286 or something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's still half.
Shit.
And like 10 of it is Ramondre Stevenson too. So
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
might be the highest
That
paid
should
player
never
on
have
that
been
team,
signed
right?
that way.
After getting rid of Judon, he's up there.
Yeah.
He is up there. He is up there. Let's
Which
see.
is how you get $120 million in cap space. Next on the list, the Raiders at
Gross.
$92.5 million.
That's a
Now,
big jump between 1, 2, and 3.
do they blow it though? It is Vegas.
It's
Hookers and blow. I mean, let's say honest.
just what
Oh,
they-
Jimmy Garoppolo's on the Rams.
living the West Coast life.
Lost his lifetime subscription to that one club. Yes, totally. Absolutely. Yeah, rough. 92 million, that's a lot. You think they'll do good with it?
That's enough for Miles Garrett,
I
Hey, I know
Already.
someone that's been talking about that.
But Garrett won't go there. He's gonna be like, I want a Super Bowl license.
Yeah, I want to win,
Yeah,
right? And
he
you're
wants
not
to
going to
contender.
win.
I'm gonna go down that cap space and I'm gonna write letters to all of the ones that are contenders on here. Agent,
Yep.
call
Right.
this next one.
Speaking of the next one, Mario.
Yeah, the Commanders. I've said this one from the beginning. I knew they had lots of cap space because of all the cuts and trades they did for draft picks, which they drafted pretty well. And to make it as far as they did, Myles Garrett said, "I want to go to a team with a quarterback because that seems to be a pretty good start."
So don't go to this next team, sitting at 69.4 million, the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, I thought I had high hopes because of Marvin, and boy, did Kyler kill that. I know you're laughing at me, Daniel, because I was high on Marvin.
Hey,
I
he was
was
my
high
first
on
pick in
Kyler.
Dynasty, so
And Kyler seemed to be playing pretty high too.
I thank you for that, because I would hold him in Dynasty like I did in Gods of War. So
Mhm.
I thank you for that, because I got Neighbors instead, and at least for the first half of the season, he did really well. So
yeah, yep. And next on the list could be a Garrett team. The Los Angeles Chargers at 63.4 million.
that's a
That would
possibility.
be a pretty good fit, actually.
Yeah,
That's a possibility. Yeah, I could
and
see that happening.
not only that, but they're talking about cutting Bosa.
I mean, what has he done lately? Can we ask?
What have either of the Bosas done lately?
Take a lot of money from their teams.
Nick Bosa's one season out, Mario. Pump the brakes. It's just the season that you decided to go all in on him.
Because he had him, though. It's because he had him.
They
Let's
had
be honest.
crappy coordinators and a back end that didn't give any time for the line to get home. So his pressure rate was still really good.
Nick is better than Joey. We
Nick
know
is
this.
better than Joey.
Oh,
We
Nick's
know
way
this.
better than
Yeah,
Joey.
we know this. Hey, Joey will find a good home. A little cheaper. Who knows?
Yeah, but I think he just needs a fire under his ass, and
Yeah, but
that was a
who's the
good
right?
coaching staff to give it to him.
Oh,
And
yeah, but they don't want to deal with him, obviously. So,
Well, I mean, there's nothing better to build a fire than saying, well, we're about to cut you if you don't improve.
yep, and he already
that
took a
too.
cut.
yeah.
That's because he wants to be there now. And so, you bring in the
And
competition, bring in Myles Garrett. Be like,
speaking of the
no
Chargers,
longer
they're next
big
on our
man.
list,
Yeah,
right?
I thought that's what we
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah.
We are
Well,
talking about the Chargers.
did we
Yeah,
mention they have the 63.44 million, though? Yeah, okay.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And then the next team's the one that I have gotten a lot invested in Dynasty.
Dude, you
The
totally do.
Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears.
I know I did something here for
Look it up.
that. Oh, I did. Not what I expected. I had a bear one. It was labeled the Bears. I thought I had something else. Totally not it. Yeah. Bears. I'm excited for this. I want to buy jerseys. I want to buy my wife a jersey. I want her to have jerseys for next year.
Okay.
You know me. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for her team. Like, this is finally a time to be excited for a Chicago Bear, because not only do you got the team around you, but you finally have a good coaching staff. Because holy crap, did you have a bad coaching staff?
Yeah. I mean, can you get like a Ryan Poles or a Ben Johnson jersey at this point, just in case?
I mean, you can. You
There
could.
there
Put
could
a
be a lot
0-0
of
there.
moves. A lot of moves. Like
I do like-
swiftly kicked in the ass out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Swiftly.
Swiftly. Yeah. I don't know. He did really well, though. That's the funny thing. Everybody doubted him, and he actually did pretty decent in games where they needed him. So
I think he's okay.
I think he's okay. I do. And I liked him
I think
coming out of college.
I think all okay running backs are going to be replaced by the 15 to 30 running backs coming in this offseason.
True.
Hey, I was staring at that list of running backs. I am so excited for the incoming class of running backs, and you know me and running backs.
Oh heck
I
yeah.
do. Oh yeah, I'm super excited for them. This is like the top 10 out of just the top 10. I want to say I think top 3 are going to go top 50. You're going to have the next 3 in the second round. And then 2 more could fall into the third round. I mean, you're going to have a lot of running backs in the first 3 rounds. Let's just say that.
Yeah, there's going to be just considering that like Jonathan Brooks would be a third-tier running back in this class. Like
Mhm.
he was the overall number 1 last year. Like
Well,
I think
we
there's gonna
know
be
who
a
number 1
lot
is.
that go in the first 3 rounds.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
after the season is a different story, but prospect-wise,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
The Vikings sitting at 56 million. I mean, they're gonna have to fill the quarterback spot. They
that's
got things
Darnold
to
money
do.
right there.
Oh, I mean,
That's true. But with Brian Flores,
they ain't paying him.
dude, that's just a
Yeah,
mauler team. And then
yeah,
we've seen almost any quarterback is going to do really well throwing to Justin Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson.
yep.
That's
I mean,
just
it's Justin Jefferson. Let's be honest, right? It's our current day's Jerry Rice. I mean, it's what he is.
yeah, and then draft interior offensive linemen
And running
to
back.
just help out just in case, and running
Yeah.
back. Yeah, you
Oh
can get
yeah.
a running back in the last 2 rounds of this draft, and they'll be better than most of the veterans that were already out there.
Well, their line wasn't bad. They were like a mid-tier.
Middle of the
They
middle of the pack.
they could use some improvement because once they started falling apart, Darnold fell apart.
Right,
Well,
But then you started seeing
also
ghosts again.
on top of that, when you have a pretty good offensive line and you back that up with more pretty good offensive line, you can rotate them so they stay fresh.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's another thing. Instead of getting top tier talent, you can just rotate and keep them fresh, and then they'll play better and keep your quarterback safe.
No. And before I mean, there's free agency, so we have ways to fill holes. So
There are
that's
ways
right.
to fill holes.
Speaking
Be
of
a hole,
filling
fill a hole.
holes, Steelers are 53 million in cap space. Again, enough for quarterback money.
And
Yeah,
it
but
looks
they're
like
gonna
they're
drop
parting ways
Wilson.
from
Well,
Wilson
was
for
free. That doesn't make a difference at that point.
yeah.
Ah, but they'll part with Wilson. They're not gonna keep him. Come on.
You think they'll sign Darnold?
Oh God. You think they signed Darnold? Come on.
Maybe
They had Fields, who was doing just fine before Wilson came back. I got to be honest.
Those are what our solutions are, but what they'll
Oh
actually
yeah,
do on the other
what
hand-
they'll actually do. Yeah. I mean,
Every fan wants them to roll out Fields and just see how he does for a season, but that's not what's going to happen.
you know really what's going to happen? The Raiders are going to bring in Darnold.
Yeah, where does Rodgers go? Rodgers goes to the Steelers. He is the least Steelers quarterback if that's the case.
I don't. Yeah. See, he could pull the Favre and do the 100% of what Favre has done, and follow into Minnesota, and say he's going to beat what Favre did there, because that was Favre's career year, best year ever as a Viking. So you got to go to be better, which he
Favre also
wouldn't.
did well with the Jets, though, and he did that.
Oh yeah.
That, so.
No. But Favre is a much better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers, and I've always believed that. So, being honest. So,
All right.
the Bengals sitting at 46 million. I'm leaving the last one for you, Mario. That's my love down there, so be nice to it.
And then rounding out the number 10 most cap space, America's team, the Lions.
Hey, the Fighting Dan Campbells, damn it.
Miss Ford herself.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to Miss Ford. We'll have to see how they do with all of the gutting of coaching they went through this offseason.
You
Yeah, I
what?
know.
Myles Garrett might be able to help with that, though.
He could. That's a big gap filler right there.
Hutch on one side and Garrett on the other.
Oh, quarterbacks would die. See, that's what would keep them alive in that division is
Can,
just completely shitting on the
can
quarterback.
you imagine the off season? We see Dan Campbell show up with two black guys, a broken nose, and a busted lip. Or they're like, "What the hell happened to you?" He's like, "Man, that line was just so strong. I just had to get in there with the guys."
I love Dan Campbell. I mean, the fact that he just there's nothing he wouldn't send you out to do that he wouldn't go do himself, right?
Yeah.
That is the best kind of damn coach, I gotta say. Absolutely. All right. So this next one, it's franchise tag time, franchise and transition tag time starting today, taking us through Tuesday, March 4th, where teams can designate franchise tags, transition tags, players that they'll want to keep, So, Mario, talk about some players.
Sure. Okay. The number one wide receiver everyone was hoping would hit free agency. Everyone
Still
except in Tampa who sees real talent was like, holy crap, this is a real almost number one in our guy, Godwin. But T. Higgins, everyone was wondering where T. Higgins is going, and it looks like he ain't going nowhere.
Smart for the Bengals to lock that up, I say.
It just,
Yeah.
their
Without a
offense works
tag.
better.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they need
Yep.
to get a contract figured out with him. Hopefully, it's not a tag.
Yeah.
They've tagged him, and they said the tag is so that they have more time to work out a contract. So everyone involved thinks that this is a real effort to work things out. The problem is his agent is the same one as Jamar Chase, and so this is a three-way negotiation, and it's a completely transparent negotiation with the wide receiver room and the Bengals front office.
Ouch. Well, this next one, I'm not sure he gets tagged. Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. I don't see him getting a tag.
Nope.
They're
Most
not paying
recent-
tag money to keep him.
Most recent press conference, O'Connell said he's earned the right to become a free agent and go get his money.
That's we don't want you anymore. Good, you did good. You did well for us. Good pig. Good pig. Get the fuck out.
Patting him on the ass and don't let anyone hit you.
Slaughterhouse. Send him to the slaughterhouse.
That was the only tag he got, right on the butt.
Yep.
Bye.
Peace.
He got that
out.
attaboy.
Yeah. He got that attaboy. Hey, I mean, it's a good feeling, but not as your. Hey, but my job though, right? Like, oh, that's too good.
He'll be searching for an offensive line.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he'll have a better one. Let's be honest. Not in Oakland.
Cornerback Byron Murphy. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're thinking that's where the tag's going to be used instead.
Yeah. I can see that happening there. That's a worthy tag.
That one
Keep
makes more
him.
sense.
Especially
Absolutely. Keep Murphy.
That
And
was the side that did better on the ball anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. And take it away, Mario.
Oh, with the Chiefs, it was a toss-up between DJ Humphries and Trey Smith, both offensive linemen. Trey Smith performed better for his position group across the NFL versus DJ Humphries, who was pretty much handed a rape kit after the game in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, he won't be coming back. He's going to be a spot filler after that, and someone get him a towel.
Definitely.
that whole line is in the same boat. So they're going to group therapy this offseason.
I was just going to say, he needs somebody to talk to, was going to be my comment. You beat me to it. Man, good job. Good job.
You're going to see a class action with the, against the Eagles' defensive line from the Chiefs' offensive line there.
Yeah, it's going to be Jalen Carter in legal troubles again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordan
well,
Davis.
this takes us right into our Super Bowl talks. As you haven't noticed, we've already started.
Actually, I got
And
one more bit of news.
oh,
So there was some
ghosting.
breaking news this evening also that Matt Stafford and the Rams, their contract negotiation talks are not going well for his extension, and they are both looking at the possibilities of what it would take to part ways.
Hmm.
I think someone in the negotiations brought up Matt Stafford's wife, but I'm just speculating here.
Ooh. Ouchie. Well, that's all right. Time to leave the building. Well, he got a ring. Good for him. He did his thing.
So did she.
Ooh.
All right. I mean, when she's going, you know how much hell he caught in that locker room after she goes on a podcast and said that she slept with the backup to nail down Stafford. Like, and let him know about it. Like,
Yeah.
there's things that she does pretty consistently that just undermine
What the
his
fuck
credit
moments?
on the team.
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Apparently, it particularly rubs McVay the wrong way, and he doesn't have the most amount of patience once things start getting on his nerves. So,
see Exhibit 1, Jared Goff.
yep.
Yep. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. Look at that. All right. Well, we're into our Super Bowl talks. The Chiefs lost. Where's that celebrate button again?
They didn't lose. They got taken to the woodshed.
That was a beautiful game, right? Just the whole game. And Saquon. I mean,
Good for you, Saquon.
Good for
right.
Saquon. But you know what? That's one thing that the Chiefs did really well is they did bottle up Saquon really well through the
They
whole
stuffed
Super
him
Bowl.
the whole game. Yep.
And that's where the entire talent of the rest of the team
Correct.
mattered.
Yep. Absolutely. Because they just stacked the box against him, thinking this is how they beat him. And you've got AJ Brown, you've got Hurts to keep running, who ran touchdowns in. I mean, and thank you, Cooper DeJean. I called this interception before the game too. It was a beautiful interception to happen.
Seeing that kid dunk, he is just a phenomenal athlete.
He is. He really is. Both those corners are.
Yeah.
Both those corners. And they were
both rookies are
great draft
phenomenal.
picks. Yep.
Yep.
Great draft picks. So
Devontae Smith with that 40-year bomb too, right? Like,
mhm.
and that's the thing is like pick your poison with that offense.
Yeah.
Most teams were selling out for the receivers, and Saquon Barkley had himself a season, right? And then on the games that they stacked the box and they shut down Barkley, those receivers ate. I mean, you can't do both with the amount of weapons that they have there. And yes, the Chiefs, they got tush-pushed throughout the Super Bowl.
Multiple times that tush push happened.
That,
Yeah.
defensive line really against the offensive line. The defensive line for the Eagles against the offensive line for the Chiefs they were just
Beaten.
Not
Yeah.
even the refs could
they were
help.
destroyed.
Not even the.
No blitzes.
Zero blitzes. Yeah.
Yeah.
4
Why
all
need?
game and getting home. Yeah.
Yeah. And doing the job too.
What they were saying was, this is exactly the Patrick Mahomes they saw at Texas when he didn't have a good offensive line there, and why he fell in the draft. And yeah,
I guess he can cry into his 3 rings and
Hey,
you
it's
know.
3 rings. That's still more than
That's-
some franchises have.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Is they're like, so you figured out how to beat Patrick Mahomes. good luck drafting like the Eagles for the past 5 years, or
Yep.
actually 11 years, because you have to include Lane Johnson in there, who's still one of the best right tackles there is in the entire NFL. Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. See Exhibit A, AJ Brown.
Jay Brown.
And Exhibit B, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
It's
hope
a fan base that
Saquon-
can't even spell their own team, guys. Come on. Let's be honest.
I hope Saquon goes into the hall as an eagle.
EGLSES.
Not once, but twice on TV, too. That was the worst part of it. Twice. They'd go to a fan and he'd be like, EGLE. And you're like, you're not spelling your team name right. Come on, people.
Bring me another beer.
Yeah, give me another idiot. Go climb a pole. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, shots fired. Speaking idiots, shots fired at the parade.
Okay, they
I saw a
really had to
podcast-
outdo the Chiefs, because 2 died in that one, not just 1.
Yeah, not 1, 2. Yeah, well, it's Philadelphia. Hold my beer, right? That's Philadelphia. That's what they say.
So is there anything that surprised you about the Super Bowl, other than the fact that it was a complete ass whooping?
I was surprised that there were not more flags in the game. I was pleasantly surprised that they let them play. After that first pass interference call with AJ Brown, I was like, here we go. And then there's some that, like, Patrick Mahomes straight got decked, and it should have probably been called. But after that,
Yeah.
I think
There was
somebody was monitoring social media and they went, uh-oh, don't call anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in
I
trouble.
think
Don't
there was
call
things that should have been called that didn't get called. Definitely, yeah. But that was a much better game to watch than most Chiefs games are. Let's be honest. So,
It's the Super Bowl. You better let them play.
Yep, bring them down to earth. Let's see him. Let's see him play a little more normal. Yeah, no, it was. It was better. It was much better. Gotta be honest. Yeah. So, well, let's take us into the free agents of Kansas City here.
Good.
Okay, so
Got
this is
it.
just to remind us about the 2 teams and what they're going to be coming back into the season with.
All right. I will point out we're at 42 minutes. We'll take it quick. So,
KC, the cupboards are empty at wide receiver. DeAndre
Yeah.
Hopkins, Marquise Brown, and Justin Watson will be leaving.
well, let's be honest.
Oh,
Kansas
and
City
Peters
is like a
Jr.
rotating door.
And McCole Hardman.
Very true. But Kansas City's a rotating door on wide receivers. He's practically has a new set every year, right? But he could do a Super Bowl with them. So
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill back to the Chiefs. Ugh, God, calling it now. I don't want to see it.
I know. I
Get
think
first back.
You think he goes groveling back to Andy Reid and says, "Please, please, please, I want a ring before I retire and go back into porn."
Andy's gonna put on his ring gauntlet. Kiss it.
Kiss it.
no, I could definitely see that, him coming back.
Get down on the knee. The policeman hit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Other than that, they have a surprising amount of interior defensive linemen leaving. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 notable interior defensive linemen leaving, and 2 edge rushers.
Yeah, there's the name that's gonna hurt them right
Nick
there.
Bolton,
Yeah.
linebacker.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the name that hurts them most.
That's
I mean,
a nice free agent for someone.
Wharton's a big hole. Pennell is a big hole. But Bolton, I think, is the biggest name on that list that Chiefs are losing.
Uche and Amenahu aren't that bad. It's just they help out with Chris Jones with what he does.
Yep.
But yeah, Nick Bolton for sure. He's their Warren of the middle.
I think you got to call. Chris Jones needs that compliment, though. Yeah, he is the Warden of the middle. I think Jones needs that compliment on each side, though. So
Yeah, but they might be able to pick that up with everything available coming out, including Trey Hendrickson possibly. So Yeah, then you look at the Eagles free agents, and the list isn't nearly as long. And
No.
they said of the offense, of the of the offensive linemen that are leaving, you got Mekhi Becton and Fred Johnson, and that
Becton's a big name.
they're almost sure Fred Johnson's going to be staying, and it depends on the kind of discount whether or not they keep Becton. But yeah, that's. I mean,
I'm staring at a huge name on that defense.
Zach Bond, yeah.
That is, I mean, Sweat is a big one too, but I think that right there, Bond is. They need to work that out. That dude was your Luke Kuechly this year. You do not let that go. Your defense would suck without him. Like capital S. Golf ball through a garden hose.
I don't know, dude.
You don't think so?
I think
Jeremiah Jr., N'Kobe Dean.
I mean, they're still good names, but Bond was.
He was phenomenal. He was
Bond was.
he was
stud.
phenomenal.
He really was. And you know what? He's had one good year. I think they give him a short-term contract, like a 1 or 2 year contract that's front-loaded at a discount for like maybe $10 million, maybe $12 million.
I could see, yeah.
See where he goes from there, because then at the end of that, they're either going to have young guys that are coming out, or he gets a bigger payday. But like the rest of his career has been nothing. He had one phenomenal year. Don't not discount that.
No. It was placement of where he was and coaching. Absolutely.
Right. So that's where they say, look, you were successful here. You won a Super Bowl. Same with Mekhi Becton. You were successful here. You won a Super Bowl. Give us a discount. You stay. Let's run it back.
100%.
They're going to get that discount because these players also want to stay in Philly.
Yeah, I mean,
because the leadership in that locker room.
Yeah.
When you hold a team together, you can try and keep that dynasty together, right? That's what it's about.
Yeah. Linebackers take a long time to develop too. So some guys reach the end of their rookie contract and they're only starting to blossom. So that could be the case with him and what was seen. But there are also some guys coming out of college right now toward this next draft that you can already see the glimmer of what they could be.
Yeah.
And you get him on a short-term, decent contract. He wants to stay with the team.
Yep.
In a scheme that makes him shine, then if you get someone to replace him, young, cheap rookie deal, that's how you continue to build and continue to win.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you for leaving the Saints.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Okay. Final, do we mention? I'm highlighting because I don't want anyone to know what I'm talking about.
Maybe you just tell me and him we've already voted, and you reveal what the three of us, where our order is.
Oh, well, okay. Well, let's see.
I don't know. Have enough fingers to count.
Daniel, you. I'll start at the top. We'll go from the order of picked, I guess. I had Denny Hamlin. So our draft order was picked based on racers of the Daytona 500, and it was this last on the 16th, just 2 days ago. Congratulations to all the racers, and someone unnamed at the moment. Fuck you. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would be the first person at 8. Congratulations, me. No. Yeah, I'm not really, and I will share a story about that in just a minute. We have a minute left. 9, 10, 10. Daniel. Yep. And 11, 12. Mario. So, yeah. There's our positions where the three of us sit. I will share. My racer was sitting in first place. Daniel. Yeah. In the last lap. And it was like the movie Cars, that last that third turn, and his wheels pop, and he's like, "Oh no!" Yeah. Someone else's racer bumped my fucking car and started a 7-car pileup.
And that's we went from top 5 to bottom 5.
I went to 1 from 8. My racer. He like squeaked across the line with a broken car.
Oh, at least you finished.
I know. At least I finished. That's totally true, because I know someone that didn't finish. So.
I didn't finish either.
Yeah. Well, there's a wreck, right? Like there was a bunch of wrecks. I saw 4 big wrecks throughout it, and one happened extremely early, like first 20 laps. So that poor manager, right? So, so it made it fun, I think, to cheer for something just for your spot. I think it made it fun. I don't know. I liked it.
To let me know what order I'm in.
You didn't even know. Okay, I liked it. I thought it was really fun because we did that, and we did the Royal Rumble, and the Royal Rumble was also really fun to know that how that order went. And I will point out, Ali's driver, there was 2 laps to go, and it was mine and Ali's again, and I'm like, oh no, not this shit again, because it was mine and his wrestler to finish the last 2. I'm like, no, don't do this. And then his car was in your wreck, Daniel, that took you out. Ali went out with you, because I laughed at that shit, and I think Karma fucking hit me, because Karma hit me after that. So I laughed a little too hard at Ali's car getting thrown out. Sorry, Ali. Not sorry. Yeah, his car didn't get thrown out. His car got higher than all of us. So, yeah, anyway. So, all right, good shit. Well, thanks for joining us. Tune in 2 weeks for our notes on the Combine and all those lovely rookies. All those lovely rookies coming in. Yes.
That's exciting.
It's super exciting. So, thanks for marching with us, and as always,
Keep conquering.
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right, Marcus.
In a realm where legends rise and dreams collide, a council gathers with power as their guide. Jonathan the strategist with wisdom's might, Mario and Daniel warriors ready to ignite. Thunder roars, lightning cracks the sky, electric strings sing a battle cry. In this arena of fantasy and lore, the gods of war lead the charge once more.
There's our champ. I love it.